Hello everyone, welcome back to Pabbly. So in this video, we are going to learn how to add Zoom meeting registrant on teleform submission. So let's suppose I am running an organization and I am hosting webinars on regular basis. Now I am taking all the registrations with the help of teleforms, and I want whenever an interested candidate fills this form, a registrant is automatically created in my Zoom. I completely want to automate this process, and to do this automation, I am going to use Pabbly Connect. So Pabbly Connect is an amazing automation and integration software which requires no coding or programming skills. Here I just need to build connection between Tele and Zoom. Pabbly Connect runs on two principles, which is trigger and action. Here as my trigger application, I am going to take Tele, from where I will receive new form submission, and then this complete workflow here will get triggered. And then in my action application, I am going to take Zoom, where the registrant will be created automatically as soon as the new form submission will be received. If you want to learn this amazing automation step by step, then let me take you all to my screen. In this video, we are going to learn how to add Zoom meeting registrant on teleform submission. For this, we are going to create automation between Zoom and Tele with the help of Pabbly Connect. So this is the landing page of Pabbly, and you can visit this simply by typing pabbly.com/connect in your browser. Now after browsing the website, we need to sign in to a Pabbly account. On the top right corner, you can see two options, sign in and sign up for free. If you are an existing user, click on this sign in. But if you are a new user, click on the sign up for free, and this will give you 100 tasks free on monthly basis. As I'm an existing user, I'll click on the sign in. And here a dashboard has appeared showing me all the Pabbly applications. Here I have to click on this Pabbly Connect Access Now. And it has taken me to this dashboard where I will be able to find all my workflows over here and all the folders that I have created over here. If you want to create a new folder, you just need to click on this plus icon, and from here you can create a new folder. For now, I want to create a new workflow, for which I need to click on this create workflow, and first I need to provide the workflow name and then select the folder in which I want to save that workflow. So first let's name this workflow as add Zoom meeting registrant on teleform submission, and now I need to select my folder. So these are the folders that have been created, and I want to select this forms automation and then click on create. Now as soon as I click on create, two boxes have appeared in front of me. One is trigger, other is action. So trigger says when this happens, action says do this. So trigger is basically an event which starts the automation of a workflow. There can be only one trigger in a workflow, but as many as action applications as you want. Here in this workflow, I want to add Zoom meeting registrant on teleform submission, which means whenever I will receive new form submission, a registrant will be automatically added in my Zoom, which means whenever I will receive new form submission, this complete workflow here will get triggered, because trigger says when this happens. So whenever I receive new teleform submission, an action says do this, then create a registrant in my Zoom. So here in my trigger application, I am going to take Tele, and then in my trigger event, I am going to take this new response. Now I need to make connection between Pabbly Connect and Tele, for which a webhook URL is provided to me, and this URL is going to act as a bridge to connect my teleforms with Pabbly Connect. So reading this help test given below over here, I will make this connection, and to make this connection, let me take you to my teleforms. So this is my teleforms, and I am going to use this contact us forms. For that I am going to open this, and then I can see this integrations. So I will open this. And over here I am provided with this webhooks option. So I am going to click on this edit, and then I am going to remove this previously existing URL. Then I'll go back to Pabbly Connect, and this is the same webhook URL which I need to paste over here in my endpoint URL field. So I'll go back to Pabbly Connect, copy this webhook URL and paste that in my endpoint URL field, and then I'm going to click on this save changes. Now I have successfully added my new webhook URL over here. And now let's go back to Pabbly Connect, and if I scroll down, I can see this waiting for the webhook response, and under this it is written, now log into the application where you have added the webhook URL and do test submission so that the data can be recorded here in the webhook response. This means so as to get the webhook response over here, I need to do a test submission. for which I am going to fill form in my teleform, and I am going to fill the same form in which I have added my webhook URL which I was provided in my Pabbly Connect workflow. So now to fill this form, I have to click on this share, and then I am provided the link to the form. So I am going to copy the link and paste that in a new tab. And then I am going to fill some dummy details in all these fields. This is the same form, contact us form, and it has all these fields: first name, last name, phone number and email address. So here I am going to enter some dummy details. So let's say my first name is, so here I have entered my first name as new, last name as user, phone number as this, and the email address is new876@pabblytudes.com. Now I am going to click on the submit, and I have successfully submitted my form. Now this detail should be captured and received in my Pabbly Connect workflow. So I'll go back to Pabbly Connect, and over here I can see I have instantly received the response. The first name that we entered there in my teleforms was new. The last name was user, phone number was this, and the email address was new876@pabblytudes.com. This means that we have successfully built the connection between teleforms and Pabbly Connect with the help of this webhook URL, and I have started the receiving the response in my Pabbly Connect. And now whenever someone will fill the form in teleforms, I will start receiving the response in my Pabbly Connect workflow. So now moving on to the next step, I want that whenever I receive a new teleform submission, it should be added as a registrant in my Zoom. So here in my action application, I am going to take Zoom, and then in my action event, I am going to take this add meeting registrant. Now I have to click on this connect, and if you have an existing connection, you can go with save. If you don't have one, click on this add new connection and then click on this connect with Zoom. Over here I have already logged in my Zoom account, and that's why authorization successful. So it is always advisable to keep your applications logged in before making the connection in Pabbly Connect for the easy authorization. Now Zoom is connected with Pabbly Connect, and I have to enter all these details. So the first one is I have to enter the meeting in which I want to add this registrant. So to enter this, let me take you to my Zoom account. This is my Zoom account, and on the left hand side I can see this meetings. So I will open this, and over here this is my meeting by the name my organization meeting. So I'll go back to Pabbly Connect, and from this drop down select my meeting as my organization meeting, and then I have to enter the email address. So I'm not going to type this manually. Instead I'm going to use a method called mapping, which means I am going to enter data from my previous response. So here as soon as I click on this email address field, this option of tele will appear in front of me, and when I click on this response, I can see all the response that I have received from my teleforms. Now I have to enter the email address, and I have received the response as this one, new876@pabblytudes.com. So I will enter that, and then I have to enter the first name, which is new, and then the last name is user. Now I have not received response for any of these fields, so for now I am going to skip this. But if you have received the response, you have to follow the same process and enter these details. I have received the response for the phone number, so I will enter the phone number also, which was this one. Now over here I am going to leave this industry, organization and job title blank. In the purchasing time frame, I want to keep this as within a month, and in the role I want to select this as not involved. Then I want to select the employees as 1 to 20, and after entering all these details, mapping is important so that every time you receive a new response, it is taken into consideration in these fields. Manually entering the data will make these fields static, and the information will not change even if you have received the new response. Over here, if I manually enter any detail, this field will become static, and every time I receive a new response, the result will not change. So as to keep these fields dynamic, we use this process mapping instead of manually entering the details. And after entering all these details, I simply have to scroll down and click on the save and send test request. So here I can see I have received a positive response with a registrant ID, and now I need to open my Zoom and check whether this new user has been created as a registrant there or not. So this is my meeting, and I have to click on this registrations, and then I have to click on this view. Over here I can see that I have created this registrant new876@pabblytudes.com. The first name was new, last name was user, and it has also captured the registration time and the date. Now, so as to check whether this automation is working perfectly fine or not, let's open my teleforms and fill some other form with some other details. So over here, let's say my first name is. So over here I have entered my details. First name is latest, last name is user, phone number is this, and the email address is latest@pabblytudes.com, and then I am going to click on this submit. As soon as I have submitted this form, a registrant should be created in my Zoom. So let's open my Zoom and then let's refresh this page once. Now I have to click on this registrations and then I have to click on this view, and I can see I have instantly created this latest user as registrant also. The email address was latest@pabblytudes.com. So now to summarize, we took Tele as our trigger application where we made connection with Pabbly Connect with the help of this webhook URL. We submitted a form and received the response in Pabbly Connect. After which we moved to the next step where we took Zoom as our action application where we made connection with Pabbly Connect and entered the meeting in which we want to add this registrant. Entered all these details with the help of mapping, simply clicked on the save and send test request and received the response as this registrant being added in my Zoom. So we have successfully created automation between Tele and Zoom with the help of Pabbly Connect. I hope you like this video. Thanks for watching. Not only these applications, but you can integrate many more applications with the help of Pabbly Connect. Now, if you have any doubt, you can reach us at support@pabbly.com. If you have any query, you can reach us at forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issue, you can visit the website given over here. Also, if you find our videos helpful, do share it with your friends and like and subscribe to our channel.